This is the Baseball Observer. MSB Major Sim Baseball. It's opening day, Monday, April 2nd, 1973. Now we visit the contests of the Western League opening days in Portland, Seattle, Houston, and Phoenix. I noticed the Houston Oilers-Las Vegas game. This was the inaugural game of the entire league. I did this huge thing, overkill, about it. You want to know everything you want to know about these teams, it's written. I did a new schedule, so that's why Houston is home again. So next year they'll be on the road. So I'll see if this is the first series of the year. But we'll start in Portland. The Pioneers host the Yetis. From Timber Park, the Portland Pioneers host the Salt Lake City Yetis. Here's the starting lineup first for the visiting Salt Lake City Yetis. Batting first, right fielder Bobby Bonds, number 25. Batting second, Rennie Stennett, shortstop. Batting third, left field, Ron Fairley. Cleanup hitter is third baseman Darrell Evans. Batting fifth, second baseman Ted Sizemore. Batting sixth, first baseman Mike Lum. Batting seventh, the catcher George Middlewald. Batting eighth, center fielder Luis Melendez. And batting ninth, the pitcher Phil Niekro. He's 34 years old. Starting lineup for the home-standing Portland Pioneers. Opening day. Batting first, Jimmy Wynn in right. Batting second, Ken Berry in center field. Batting third, Thurman Munson, the catcher. Batting cleanup, left fielder Hank Aaron. He is 39 years old. Batting fifth, first base, Steve Garvey. He's 24 years old. Batting sixth, playing short, Toby Hara. Batting seventh, playing third base, George Brett. He's 19 years old. Batting eighth, second baseman, Dave Rosello. And batting ninth, the starting pitcher, number 30, Nolan Ryan. He is 26 years old. "24,000 fans in the stands, partly cloudy, 39 degrees. Wind blowing in from left at 7 miles per hour. Let's play ball." These games, oh boy. I thought I fixed it. Welcome to opening day baseball in Portland. Today, Portland will face Salt Lake City. Partly cloudy, temperature 39 degrees, and wind blowing in from left. Let's play ball. Oh, I didn't set this. Okay. So the first batter strikes out. It's Bobby Bonds. All right. Top of the first inning. Right-hand hitting Rennie Stennett at the plate for Salt Lake City. And that's a base hit to right field. One out single for Stennett. Ron Fairley, left-hand hitter. Nolan Ryan on the mound. And he walks him on 4 pitches. 2 men on. 1 out. Darrell Evans at the plate, left-hand hitter. That's a pop-up. Shortstop has it. 2 out. Right-hand hitting Ted Sizemore. That is a base hit to right field. Extra bases. 1 run is in. Man has hit it home. And where's the play? There's no play at the plate. 2-run score. Yeah, the cutoff man held the ball. So Salt Lake City jump out to a quick 2-0 lead. Ed Sizemore with a double. Here's the pitch. And he walks him. So Ryan having control problems. He walks Mike Lum. Here's George Middlewall. 2 men on, 2 men out. And there's strike 3 called. That ends the inning. The Yetis scored 2 on 2 hits and leave 2. Salt Lake City has taken the lead 2-0. Bottom of the first inning. Portland at bat. Jimmy Wynn to lead it off. Facing Phil Niekro. That is a line drive to third, first out. Here's Ken Berry, center fielder. That's a dribbler to the mound. Pitcher has it. Throws the first in time. It's actually to the third base side of the mound, and he makes a nice play. Here is the pitch to Thurman Munson. That's a fly ball, right field. He's ready. Makes the catch, 3 up, 3 down. Pioneers go down in order. Score is 2-0 Yetis. Top of the second inning, Luis Melendez at the plate. Ground ball. Shortstop throws him out. 1 out. Phil Niekro, the batter, the pitcher. Gets that in the air to right field. And he'll make a nice play for the second out. Right fielder Jimmy Wynn for Portland. Bobby Bonds at the plate. And that is a line drive to first. He catches it. 3 up, 3 down. Go to the bottom of the second inning. Salt Lake City leads by 2. Hank Aaron at the plate for Portland. He has that in the air, and that's a base hit to right field. Leadoff man is on. Hammering Hank at first base. Here's Steve Garvey. He hits that in the air, and that's a base hit. Back-to-back singles. Aaron will hit for third. And he'll make it safely. Play closer than it should have been. He's not the fastest guy. 39 years old. Here's the pitch to the hitter, Toby Hara. He hits a fly ball to center. Aaron tags up. He's going. Throw home. Is not in time. Aaron scores, and Portland's on the board. It's 2-1 now. Yetis lead. 1 out now. Bottom of the second. Here's George Brett, 19 years old. The runner's going. Not going to get him. Steve Garvey steals second base. Garvey at second. Brett at plate. Gets that on the ground to the shortstop. He throws him out. 2 out now. Here's Dave Rosello. That's in the air to center field. And it's over his head and to the wall. Run will score. That ties it up. And he's on second with a double. RBI double for Dave Rosello. It's 2-2. They scored a double. Misplayed by the center fielder. And that ball gets away a little bit. It's not a wild pitch. Here's the 2-2 to Ryan at the plate. He swings and misses. Strike 3, inning over. Portland ties it up at 2. We go to the top of the third inning. Here's Rennie Stennett, number 2 hitter. 2-2 pitch. Nolan Ryan. Takes the swing, but it's a called strike 3. A circle change from Ryan. See if I can take a look at what he's throwing. Fastball rated 85, a curveball rated 90, and a circle change rated 85. What an arsenal. Personality class, he's a prankster, a teller of tall tales, it says. The stamina, he goes the distance. Not that great on holding on runners. Defensively, he's fine. 55 with a 67 potential. Nice. He's normal right now. Fair in popularity so far. All right. Unfairly at the plate. Pitch from Ryan. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. That's 2 out. Here's Darrell Evans, left-hand hitter. 1 ball, 2 strikes. That's in the air right field, and he's got it on a rope. And that retires the side. Salt Lake City third is over. 1, 2, 3 go to Yetis. And the score is tied, 2-2. Bottom of the third. Here's Portland. He'll send up the leadoff man, Jimmy Wynn. Toy Cannon. That's on the ground to the first baseman. He'll take it himself. One away. Ken Berry, the batter. Number 2 hitter. Center fielder. That's on the ground. Second baseman has it. 2 out. Here's Thurman Munson. Bottom of the third inning. 2-2 tie. Opening day at Portland Timber Park. The play by the shortstop is in time. And the inning is easy. Top of the fourth inning, we've played 3. 2 runs, 2 hits for Salt Lake City. 2 runs, 3 hits for Portland. Here's Ted Sizemore. That's high, ball 4. He walked him. Nolan Ryan on the mound. 3 innings pitched, 3 walks and 4 strikeouts. He's a little wild. He bunts it. Third baseman goes to second and gets the lead runner. 5-6. That's the first out. Mike Lum is safe at first on the fielder's choice. Mitterwald at the plate. Grounded to third. He goes to second for 1. The relay in time. 5-4-3. Side retired. No runs, 1 walk for Salt Lake City. And the Yetis and the Pioneers still even 2-2. Bottom of the fourth inning. 2-2 tie. Hank Aaron at the plate. Full count. The pitch. On the ground, the short. Takes his time and throws him out. Here's Steve Garvey, right-hand hitter. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Phil Niekro on the mound for Salt Lake City. Here's Toby Harrah. He gets that on the ground to the third baseman. And he throws him out. 1-2-3, nothing across. It's still 2-2, top of the fifth inning, Salt Lake City. On the road here in Portland. Here's the pitch from Ryan. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 97 on the gun. Fastball. Here's Phil Niekro. And circle change, and it's called a strike. 2 out. Here's Bobby Bond, the leadoff man. He's that in the air to right field. He's there, waits on it, makes the catch. Side retired. No runs, hits, or errors, and no one left off. Bottom of the fifth inning, it's a 2-2 tie. Here's George Brett. That's on the ground to short. And he's out. Here's Dave Prezzello. 1-1 pitch. That's on the ground the first. He'll take it. 2 out. There's Nolan Ryan, the pitcher. Bottom of the fifth inning. 2-2 tie. Opening day in Portland. Ground ball to first. He'll throw to the pitcher covering. And he will beat it out. Ball was hit deep at first. And the pitcher, well, I think Lum took his time throwing it. So he's safe at first. And now he walks the next batter. So Ryan's now at second. Jimmy Wynn, the leadoff man, at first. And here's Ken Berry. 2 out. Score tied. Bottom of the fifth inning. That's it in the air. And the third baseman will make the catch on the outfield grass. Side retired. In the home fifth. We're still tied 2-2. Here's Rennie Stennett, number 2 hitter for Salt Lake City. That's in the air. Center fielder is there, and he'll make the catch. 1 out. As a ground ball, weakly hit. The second shortstop has to eat it. Good speed on there. He beats out. They scored a single. Toby Harrah had to eat it. And now the next batter, Darrell Evans, walks, and now there's 2 men on with 1 out. Here's Ted Sizemore, Salt Lake City, threatening here in the top of the 6th. And he walks him. Ryan Wild again. How many is that? 5 walks for Ryan. He walked them full. 1 out. Here's Mike Lum. The pitch. That's in the air. On the end. Oh, in foul ground. The catcher is there. He'll make the catch. Runners cannot advance. 2 out now. The batter's George Mitterwald. Full count. Payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Ryan gets out of it. Fastball at 96. The Yetis load the bases but do not score. Still 2-2. Bottom of the 6th inning. The homestanding Pioneers will step to the plate. Here's Thurman Munson. That's a ground ball to short. He's thrown out. Knuckleball 71 from Necro. Here's Hank Aaron. That is a liner to third. He's out. Darrell Evans for Salt Lake City makes the play. The batter, Steve Garvey. That's in the air. Hit deeply. Left fielder's at the track, and it'll leave the yard. Solo home run for Steve Garvey, and Portland now leads 3-2. Let's take a look at it. Tail of the tape. 385 feet to left field. 95 miles an hour off the bat. 31-degree launch angle. A 93-mile-an-hour fastball from Phil Necro. Steve Garvey turns it around. He'll touch them all. Good old number 6. Here's Toby Harris. 2 out. Nobody on. He hits it weakly to the mound. He picks it up. Throws the first in time. That's the inning. 1 run, 1 hit, no errors. Pioneers now lead 3-2. Top of the 7th inning. Here's Luis Melendez. He's the number 8 hitter. It's that in the air, and the left fielder had him played perfectly. First out. Here's Phil Necro, the pitcher. 1 out. Still in there. Hitting for himself. There's a fly ball hit weakly to center. He'll make the catch. 2 out. Leadoff man Bobby Bonds. He's over 3. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Ryan gets him. Easy inning for him. Salt Lake City will come up trailing by a run here in the bottom of the 7th. No, wait a minute. Portland comes up. They lead by a run. Second baseman throws the first in time. That was George Brett. 1 out. Here's Dave Rosello. Brett hits 7. Rosello hits number 8. And he checks his swing, and he'll take his base. Ball 4. So Rosello is at first. Nolan Ryan is at the plate. He squares the bunt, and it's in the air, and the first baseman will catch it for the second out. Mike Lum catches it for Salt Lake City. Here's Jimmy Wynn. He swings and misses. Strike 3, and that's the inning. Fastball at 91. Pioneers still lead 3-2. Go to the top of the 8th inning. Salt Lake City trails by a run. Here's Rennie Stennett. He hits the ground ball to short, and he's out. Here's Ron Fairley. Full count. That's a weakly hit ball to the pitcher. And he throws him out. 2 out. Nolan Ryan makes the play. Left hand hitting Darrell Evans. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Side retired. Ryan seems to have settled down. Here's Necro facing Ken Berry for Portland. And that's a base hit. Solid shot up the middle. Leadoff man is on. Hit the 1-0 pitch right up the middle. Here's Thurman Munson. Ken Berry, decent speed at first. And that's the ground ball hit past the mound. The shortstop has it. He'll throw to first and get him. He didn't have a play at second, so Berry advances. Here's Hank Aaron. 1 out. Bottom of the 8th inning. Portland already leads by a run. And they intentionally walk Aaron with first base open. 2 on, 1 out. Steve Garvey at the plate. Bottom of the 8th inning. And there's the drive, and it's a base hit up the middle. Runner is rounding third, and he's hit it home. There'll be a throw, and it's offline. The cutoff man has it. He'll make a play at third, and he's safe at third. So it's 4-2 now, Portland. And Aaron's at third base. Good base running. Here's Toby Hare at the plate. That's in the air. On the infield. Who's got it? Second baseman will make it. The catch. 2 out. George Brett at the plate. Garvey at first. Aaron at third. And they walk him. So the base is loaded with 2 out. Phil Niekro has walked 4, struck out 3 in 7 2/3. And that is a strike 3 called, and that'll end the inning. Fastball at 89. All right, top of the 9th inning. Salt Lake City needs 2 runs to tie this game. And there's a fly ball, center field. It's hit well, but it's right at the fielder. That's the first out. In Berry in center for Portland. And let's see. He walked his next batter. Ryan still in there trying to go the distance. 8 1/3. He walks Mike Lum. Here's Mitterwald. And he walks Mitterwald. Walks back-to-back hitters, and that'll be it. They're going to come get him. So the new pitcher is Dennis Higgins. Dave Parker steps in. He's a pinch hitter, I believe. Shortstop has it. He'll go to short way and get the force play at second. It's like Rosello injured on the play. Let's see. He examines his upper body, and Rosello's able to shake it off. Mike Lum advances to third base. 2 out now. Top of the 9th. Salt Lake City down to their final out. Here's Luis Aparicio. That's hit in the air to right field, and that's it. That's your ball game. Portland wins at home opening day 4-2 over Salt Lake City. Here at Denver Park. Here are the totals for today's game. Pioneers are 1-0. They scored 4 runs on 7 hits, no errors. They had left 7 men on base. Both teams left 7 men on base. Salt Lake City, 2 runs on 3 hits, no errors. Opening day festivities have begun throughout the league. Fans of the Portland Pioneers were eager to watch Nolan Ryan square off against Phil Niekro. Phil Niekro of the visiting Salt Lake City Yetis. In the end, the Pioneers won the game 4-2 with Nolan Ryan leading the way. Dennis Higgins recorded the save for Portland, his first of the season. Steve Garvey took Salt Lake City hurler Phil Niekro deep in the bottom of the 6th. His solo home run put the Pioneers on top 3-2. In all, Garvey had 2 singles in addition to the home run, while going 3 for 4. It's about putting our team in the best position to win ball games, said Ryan. Nolan Ryan gets the win. He's 1-0, 8 1/3 innings pitched, 3 hits allowed. He was a little wild. He gave up 2 earned runs, only 2 earned runs, but he walked 7 and struck out 9. No home runs through 132 pitches. His ERA is 2.16. Higgins gets the save, 2/3 of an inning. He threw 3 pitches. Niekro, he threw the whole game, 8 innings pitched, 7 hits allowed, 4 earned runs. He deserved better. Walked 4, struck out 4, gave up a homer, 122 innings pitched, 4.5 ERA. He's 0-1. Nolan Ryan is the player of the game. All right. Next, Seattle. Well, they'll hoist the trophy. I don't have anything like that. But let's look at the game. Oh, the ceremonies, the bunting, everything in Denver is well better than this team in every category except Mr. Robinson. What is this? Wow. Okay. Well, anyway, Emerald Field, home of the National Baseball League champion Seattle Cascades, defending champions. Denver Gold visit on opening day. Let's look at the lineup for the Denver Gold. Managed by Gene Mock. Ralph Garn, right, leads it off. Gene Tennis, the first baseman. Cesar Cedeno in center, hitting third. Bob Bailey, third baseman, is the cleanup hitter. Bill Buckner in left is the number 5 hitter. Number 6, Felix Milan, the second baseman. Number 7, Frank Duffy, the shortstop. Number 8, Vic Terrell, the catcher. Number 9 is the starting pitcher, Bill Bonham. Bonham is 24 years old. Let's see. Last year for Denver, he was 0-2 in 10 games. 10 innings pitched, 3 walks, 5 strikeouts, 4.5 ERA. Starting lineup for Seattle. Managed by Preston Gomez. Joe Torre leads it off. At first base, center fielder Ron Woods. Right fielder Al Bunbury, last year's Rookie of the Year. Frank Robinson. Joe Torre was the MVP of the World Series. Frank Robinson is the cleanup hitter. He was key in the playoffs. Really key. Dan Dreesen at third. Andy Huntley, number 6 hitter, the catcher. Sonny Jackson, number 7 hitter at short. Jerry Kinney, second baseman at number 8 hitter. The number 9 hitter is Bob Moose. He is 25 years old. Last year he was 13-12. He walked 63, struck out 181, a 3.02 ERA, 36 games. 29,000 fans in the stands, partly cloudy, 48 degrees, bring a jacket, wind blowing in from center at 6 miles an hour. Let's play ball. I can see the center fielder. Opening day is here at Emerald Field. The Cascades set to play the Gold. The temperature is 48 degrees under partly sky. Wind is blowing in from center at 6 miles an hour. We're all set for baseball. Bob Moose is the starting pitcher for Seattle. And his first batter strikes out. That's Ralph Garr. Let me snatch this for a second, a little housekeeping. All right. Here's Gene Tennis. Let's take it off the pause between and let's have a ball game. Gene Tennis with Denver. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. That angle's a little funky. All right. Here's Cesar Cedeno. 2 out. Full count. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. And that'll retire the side. 3 up, 3 down. Go to the bottom of the first. Here's Joe Torre leading off the bottom of the first inning for the world champion Seattle Cascades. He hits a ball in the right field, and that'll get by the right fielder. And he slides in the second. They scored a double. And Joe Torre leads off the season with a double. Ralph Garr had trouble with it. And the ground ball is the second. That'll advance the runner. They throw him out at first. Torre will advance to third. That was Ron Woods. Here's Al Bunbury. And he hits that. Woo, that's in the gap to the wall. That's extra bases. It bounces off the wall. He is second in full stride, hit it for third, and he will slide into third safely with a triple. Joe Torre scores, and the Cascades pick up where they left off with a 1-0 lead. My. Let's take a look at that. This guy won't let you have your day in the sun here. Coming off a championship. Hits it square off the wall. Hits second under full stride and slides into third safely. All right, here's Frank Robinson. 1-0 Seattle. And that ball gets away, and now he'll score. Bunbury scores on the wild pitch, and it's 2-0 Cascades. Here's Robinson stepping back in. 2-1 pitch. Ground ball to second. And they'll throw him out. 2 out. Was that 3 out? That's 2 out. Here's Dandreessen, left-hand hitter. And ground ball to short. Throws him out, inning over. Seattle gets 2 runs on 2 hits, no errors, nobody left on. They lead 2-0. Top of the second. I'm looking to see if Denver, they look like a good team to me. I don't know about the pitching, but the hitting should be okay. And there's a ground out to short. That was Bailey. Bob Bailey. Here's Bill Buckner, left-hand hitter. He hits a line drive to first. He'll make the catch. Joe Torre at first base. Here's Felix Milan. And there's a ground ball. That'll get by the second baseman in the right field. 2-out hit for Milan. Here's Frank Duffy, number 7 hitter. Swing and a miss, strike 3. That retires the side. Cascades remain in front 2-0. Let's see what these pitchers have here. Bill Bottom here. Oh, all blue. Curveball, changeup, sinker. His curveball and changeup, his best pitchers, both rated at 80. Sinker 70. He's a 54 rated player. Personality, few players enjoy the game more than Bill Bottom. His personality class, spark plug. High on adaptability and work ethic. He's normal right now, relatively unknown. In his first year, he's 24 years old. Here's Randy Huntley. 2-0 Seattle. Bottom of the second inning. Opening day at Emerald Field. They hoisted the trophy, raised the banner, passed out the rings, and then we're playing baseball. That was a pop-up to the first baseman in foul ground. First out. Here's Sonny Jackson. Righty versus lefty. There's a ground ball. Shortstop has it. Throws him out. Close play. 2 out. Here's Jerry Kinney, left-hand hitter. That's in the air to center field. He races toward the infield, makes the catch to retire the side. Seattle goes down in order. The score remains 2-0 Cascades. Top of the third inning. Denver at bat. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Vic Carell strikes out. 5th strikeout for Bob Moose. And that's in the air, and that's a line drive. Left fielder has it for 2 out. Frank Robinson in left makes the play. Ralph Garr at the plate, left-hand hitter. He hits that sharply to left, and that'll get down for a base hit. So Garr gets a 2-out single, and he's at first. Here's Gene Tennis, the number 2 hitter. Full count. 2 out, man on. That's in the air, center field. Running toward the infield, he'll make the catch. Inning over. No runs, 1 hit. No errors, 1 left on. 2-0 Seattle. Bottom of the third inning. Opening day at Emerald Field. Major Sim Baseball. There's a hit to right field, and the right fielder will catch the ball. That's the first out. Here's Joe Torre. Ralph Garr in right makes the play. Torre hits the ball to center field. He runs toward the infield. No, that's the... Okay. That was on the infield, and the second baseman catches the pop-up. 2 out. Starting to misjudge those now. Sometimes off the bat, they look like they're hit harder and farther than they really are. All right, that's a 2-2 pitch, and he swings and misses, strike 3, and the inning is over. Top of the 4th inning. Cesar Cedeno will lead it off for Denver. Ground ball. Third baseman throws him out. 1 down. Here's Bob Bailey. And that's low. They're walking. Man on first. 1 out. Here's Bill Buckner. And that's a base hit to right field. The man on second is headed for third. As the throw comes in, he'll make it easily. Runners on the corners with 1 out. Here's Felix Milan. Denver's threatening here in the top of the fourth. He hits a base hit the second baseman can't get. That'll score a run. And it's a RBI single. The man on second stays put. Still one out. And now the score is 2-1. Denver's on the board. Here's Frank Duffy. 2 men on. 1 out. Fly ball center field. Runner does not tag and go. He remains at second. And that's the second out. Buckner at second, Milan at first. Here's Vic Correll, number 8 hitter. He hits that. It's a base hit to right field. And that'll score a run. It's extra bases. It'll score 2. And there's no play at the plate. 2-run score on the double. And Denver takes a 3-2 lead. Let's take a look at that. I'm not sure what happened to the ball. Well, it's the ball that's hit to the corner. He picks it up. He throws it in to the cutoff man, and he doesn't do anything with it. So 2-run score. And it's 3-2 Denver. Here's Bill Bonham. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. And that's the end of the inning. But Denver gets the lead. 3 runs on 3 hits. No Seattle errors. And a runner left on. The Gold have taken the lead. Bottom of the fourth. Here are the Cascades. Here's Bunbury. Al Bunbury. Last year's Rookie of the Year. He in the championship run. It's a fly ball to left field. That's the first out. Here's Frank Robinson. Also a key in that Western League Championship Series. Ground ball to second. And we'll throw him out. 2 away. Here's Dan Dreesen, the left-hand hitter. Strike 3. Right down the pike. I'd retired. We played 4. It's 3-2 Denver. Top of the 5th. Here's Ralph Garr. He hits that in the air. And the right fielder's there to make the catch. First out. He hit it hard, but it was right at the fielder. Here's Gene Tennis, right-hand hitter. Pounds it in the ground in front of the plate. The catcher picks it up and throws the first in time. 2 out. Here's Cedeno, the center fielder. It's on the ground to the mound. Pitcher has it. Throws him out. 3 up, 3 down. Gold still lead 3-2. Seattle coming up. Here's Hundley. That's in the air, and that's a base hit to left field. The leadoff man is on. Bottom of the 5th inning. Seattle trails by a run. Here's Sonny Jackson, left-hand hitter. Ground ball to short. Goes to second. Gets the force play. Fielder's choice. Jackson safe at first on the fielder's choice. 1 out. Here's Jerry Kinney, left-hand hitter. That's a ground ball past the mound. The second baseman Halley goes to second for 1. He tries to relay in time. 4-6-3 double play, and that ends the 5th. The Gold face the minimum. They're still in front 3-2. Top of the 6th. Denver at bat. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Bailey strikes out. Slider at 87 miles an hour. Here's the left-hand hitting Bill Buckner. 2-1 pitch. Ground ball. First baseman by him into right field. That's the base hit. They scored a single. 1 out single for Buckner. Here's Milan. And they hit him. So 2 men on with 1 out. Here's Frank Duffy. And there's a ground ball to the second baseman. He dives and can't get it. Base hit. Runner on third is hit it home. There'll be a throw. It's cut off. And he's safe at home. It's now 4-2 Denver. Duffy at second on the play. 1 out. Here's Correll. And they'll walk in with first base open. That'll load the bases with 1 out. Top of the 6th inning. Denver leads 4-2. 4 runs on 7 hits. 2 runs on 3 hits for Seattle. Here's Bill Bonham. That's in the air, and it's on the infield. The shortstop behind second base will make the play. That's the second out. Base is still loaded. Here's Ralph Garr. He's the leadoff man. Swing and miss. Strike 3. Moose gets his 8th strikeout. End of the Denver half of the 6th. 1 run on 2 hits. Denver ups their lead to 4-2. Bottom of the 6th inning. It'll be Bob Moose stepping in, the pitcher. 1-1 pitch. That's in the air. Right field. He's running in foul ground, and he'll make the catch. That's 1 out. Here's Joe Torre, the leadoff man. He's 1 for 2. He hits that, and that's a base hit to right field. Nice piece of hitting there by Torre. And he's on with 1 out. Here's Ron Woods. He's 0 for 2. 0-1. Sharply hit the third. He grabs it, throws the second for 1, and nice relay for the double play. 5-4-3. That's your inning. It's still 4-2 Denver. Here's Gene Tennis, number 2 hitter. Full count. That's in the air. That's a base hit to center. Leadoff man is on. He battled, but he won that one. Here's Cedeno. Man on first. 2 balls, 1 strike. He gets that sharply to right field, but is right at the fielder. He has it. First base runner does not move. 1 out. Here's Bob Bailey. Decent speed at first. That's on the ground. He snapped throw to first. Tennis is back. And that's in the air, and that's a base hit. Center field. He rounds second, and he stops. And they would have had him. 1 out. 2 men on. Here's Bill Buckner, number 5 hitter. And that's a ground ball to first. And he'll go to first himself for the unassisted putout. That's the second out. Tennis to third, Bailey to second. 2 out, 2 men in scoring position, first base open. That's a ground ball to first. He'll throw to the pitcher covering, and he gets him. That's all for the Denver 7th. The Gold lead the Cascades 4-2. Let's stretch here at Emerald Field on opening day as they raise the banner, the first ever in the National Baseball League. Bottom of the 7th inning, Al Bunbury will step to the plate. He hits that in the air. That's in the gap, is it? It's a base hit. He's headed for second. He'll get there. Bunbury on second, leading it off. Here's Frank Robinson. Bottom of the 7th. They're behind. A little grounder to the mound. The pitcher throws him out. The runner on second does not move. That's the first out. Here's Dan Dreesen. Righty versus lefty. That's on the ground past the mound. Second baseman will just watch it roll and then I don't know what that was. A seeing eye single. And there's runners on the corner. I'm not going to replay that. 1 out. Randy Huntley at the plate. 1 out. And then runners going. Oh, my. Dan Dreesen is out by a country mile. Stealing second base, 2-4. Okay, so that's the second out. Runner at third. Bunbury. They trail by 2. There's a ground ball to short. And he throws him out. That'll end the inning. So the threat is squashed. Denver is still up 4-2. Top of the 8th inning, here's Frank Duffy for the Gold. It's in the air, and that's the base hit. Right fielder will take it. It's a 1-1 pitch into right. Changeup. Here's Vic Carell. Top of the 8th inning. They lead by 2. That's the fly ball to right field. He runs towards the fair line, and he'll make the catch. First out. Frank Duffy at first. 1 out. He lays out a bunt. Third base side of the mound. He'll pick it up. Throw to first. The pitcher makes a play. To Joe Torre. 2 out. Here's Ralph Garr. Man at second. Top of the 8th inning. That's a ground ball that the second baseman will get to and throw him out to retire the side. Good play by the second baseman. Knuckle curve, 71. Bottom of the 8th inning. Seattle trails by 2. Here's Sonny Jackson. That's in the air, and that'll get down for a base hit to left field. The leadoff man is on. 9 runs at the plate. Here's Don Baylor. He hits the ball to first, and he'll take it himself. Unassisted by the first baseman, it works out to be like a sacrifice as Jackson will advance to second with 1 out. The batter is Wes Parker, pinch hitter. He hits a little thing on looper, Texas leaguer, that makes it over a leaping shortstop. And there's runners on the corners with 1 out. Jackson at third, Parker at first. Here's Joe Torre, the leadoff man. He hits the ball past the third baseman into left field. The base hit will score a run. The man on second will have to stop there. And it's 4-3. Joe Torre, clutch single. RBI single. He's at first. Parker at second. Here's Tim McCarver, pinch hitter. And that's a strike 3 call. Bottom now with his 3rd strikeout. 2 men on, 2 men out. Here's Al Bunbury, the left-hand hitter. 1 ball, 1 strike. They trail by a run. Bunbury hits the ball up the middle. That's a base hit. Man rounds third. He's hit it home. There's a throw to the cutoff man. He makes a throw to the plate, but it's not in time. And the score is tied. Al Bunbury, Joe Torre, as they did last season, come through for the Seattle Cascades. Torre at second, Bunbury at first. Here's Frank Robinson now. That's high, and they walk him. Bases loaded with 2 outs. Here's Dan Dreesen. 4-4 tie, bottom of the 8th inning. That's hit, and it's by a diving second baseman. 1 man is in, another man is hit it for the plate. He'll score. 2-run single, and now Seattle leads 6-2 as the fans go crazy. Cascades lead 6-4. Here's Randy Huntley. Robinson at second, Dreesen at first. Seattle now leads by 2. And he hits a 1 in the gap. That'll go all the way to the wall. That's extra bases. It'll score at least 1. The man has hit it home. As the throw hits the cutoff man. 2 more runs score. They make a play at third, and he will make third on the double. 2 out now. It's 8-4 Seattle as they have broken this game open. Here's Huntley. And he hits a base hit up the middle, and just the hits keep coming. Huntley scores. Sonny Jackson has an RBI single. I believe they've batted around. They've scored 7 runs in this bottom of the 8th inning. There's a ground ball to the mound. He picks it up, and he'll throw it out to retire the side. How much of that was with 2 outs? Cascades put up a crooked number, scoring 7 times in the inning. It's 9-4 Cascades. Denver needs 5 runs to tie. It'll be Bobby Bolin on the hill for Seattle to close it out. He walks the first hitter. Gene Tennis at first. Here's Cesar Cedeno, a little dribbler to the mound. He turns and fires the second and gets the lead runner. Fielder's choice, 1-4. That's the first out. Cedeno at first on the fielder's choice. 2 balls, 2 strikes to the batter, Bailey, and he swings and misses on the curveball. That's 2 outs. Here's Bill Buckner. The 2-0 in the air. The center fielder runs in, he makes the catch, and that's your ball game. The Cascades finish off Denver 9-4 to start the new campaign 1-0. Nice day for the Cascades. Raise a banner, pass out a few rings, put 7 on the board in the 8th. Here are the totals. The Seattle Cascades are now 1-0. They scored 9 runs on 13 hits, no errors. Seattle left 2 men on base. Denver scored 4 runs on 10 hits, no errors. They left 10 men on base. The winning pitcher is Bob Moose. He's through 8 innings. He allowed 10 hits, 4 earned runs. He walked 2 and struck out 8. Didn't allow any home runs. He threw 123 pitches. His earned run average is 4.50. The losing pitcher is Bill Bottom for Denver. He's 0-1. 7 2/3 innings pitched, 11 hits allowed, 8 earned runs, 1 walk, 3 strikeouts, no homers allowed, 95 pitches thrown, and a 9.39 earned run average. He can get that down. Player of the game, Al Bunbury. Seattle Cascades launched their 1973 campaign with a victory over the Denver Gold at Emerald Field. Seattle right fielder Al Bunbury was instrumental in the 9-4 win. He went 3 for 4 with a triple and a double. He scored 2 runs and drove in 2. Bob Moose got the win, improving to 1-0. He worked 8 innings, giving up 4 runs on 10 hits while striking out 8 and walking 2. And Dan Dreesen, third baseman for Seattle, now delivered a key base hit in the bottom of the 8th. The outcome might have been different. Instead, with 2 down and the bases loaded, Dreesen hit a 2-run single. That made the score 6-4 in favor of the Cascades. It's nice to come out on top today, said Dreesen. We'll complete opening day with the Houston and Phoenix openers, and then we'll proceed a couple of days to get New York, Miami, Los Angeles. Who am I missing? Is it Phoenix? I think, no, there's Phoenix. I don't know. Somebody else. Hope you've enjoyed sitting with me for these 2 contests. This is the Baseball Observer.